Welcome back to the Playdate by Freshly Picked. I'm your host, Kaitlin Hansen, and today I'm coming at you with a solo episode of my favorite things. This has actually been a much requested episode. I spend a lot of time here on the podcast doing rapid fires and talking to other people and asking them what their favorite postpartum mom baby items are. And today I am going to give you the down low and tell you what I used, what worked best for me, and why I loved it. It's kind of funny. Today I got my hair done, and my cute hair girl, she had a person assisting her. And she was, I think she said she was like 20 or 29 weeks pregnant. And so we spent a lot of time just kind of talking about pregnancy, talking about labor, birthing. And I told her about the podcast and whatnot. And she was just like, I want to hear like what people are saying, or like, what are your top favorites? Like you hear, the things all day. So here it is. I know I've mentioned little nuggets here and there in other episodes, but I'm putting it all together. Okay, so I have a list of questions typically that I ask people. Kind of funny doing my own rapid fire, but it works best this way. So what car seat did you use? And I'm going to kind of tackle the car seat and the stroller in one. So I used the UPPAbaby Mesa car seat, and then I bought it as a bundle with the stroller. So I got the UPPAbaby Vista stroller as well. And I cannot say enough good things. Loved, loved, loved. At first, I know that is definitely more pricey. And at first, I think my husband also didn't know how much strollers and things were, but he was like, are you kidding me? I can't even remember how much it is, but I'm like, $1,000 for like a stroller, like that is outrageous. And now to this day, he's like, I regret saying that because he's like, the stroller was one of the best purchases we have ever made. I mean, I only have 2 kids, but it's been through 2 kids and we use it almost every single day. My husband loves it. He's like into bikes and all this stuff. And he loves that it has like the big wheels and has sealed bearings. So if you are trying to sell your husband on the UPPAbaby Vista, tell him it has sealed bearings and maybe that will do something for you. Maybe that will be a good selling point. But yeah, we loved both of those. The car seat was super easy to use. I love how easy the base was to install and how it just clicked right in. I thought it was so easy to just take out the car seat, put it into the stroller. I love the rumble seats. The bassinet was amazing, especially for the time of year that I had my babies. I had them at the end of April, and it was perfect. I had a lot of pool days and would just use that bassinet, put a fan on, and mama was laying out. I was swimming and enjoying my summer. So got a lot of use. And I feel like, at least in Utah, in April, it starts kind of warming up. So we were going on a lot of walks and it just was perfect. And I can't recommend it enough. I will say get a darker color because kids are gross and things get dirty. So that would be like my one piece of advice is that. Okay, my next question that I always ask people is, tell me about your favorite sleep sack. I think I used like 10 different sleep sacks. I tried that Magic Merlin suit. I tried the Dreamland Baby weighted one. I tried the Kite Babies, which those were my favorite for a long time. I did the muslin ones from Little Unicorn, and I don't even remember. It's just like from Amazon ones. I did the Happiest Baby. And my very, very favorite are the Wild Birds. Not only are they the cutest print, but they also are so soft. The fabric like does not peel, if you know what I mean. It is, I think it's bamboo material, but a lot of those like really soft, or maybe it's modal. A lot of those like really soft materials end up like over time kind of getting bally, and this one does not. Also, the large size is like really large. And I loved that because it worked all the way until my little one was out of a sleep sack when she was in her big girl bed. So loved. The next one is, what is your number one baby item? So I actually asked my husband about this too, and we both agreed that our number one baby item was the baby Brezza. We loved it. I breastfed my first for, it wasn't that long. It was like maybe 8-ish weeks. My supply wasn't very good. And honestly, I was just a happier mom without. So for my second, I knew that I was not going to breastfeed at all. I honestly didn't love the experience for myself. I had a lot of anxiety about not knowing how much food that they were getting. And both of my babies have been like big time pukers and had acid reflux. And so I felt like I couldn't keep up with the supply. And I also, just like loved that. I loved formula. Big old fan of formula. I think like you got to do whatever works best for you. So for the second time, I didn't even try to breastfeed, and I loved that journey for myself. And so I knew that I wanted to get the baby Brezza. I had seen it working for another lady that I worked for, had said that it was like incredible, and it just seemed amazing. Like I love that you could fill it with formula, fill it with water, press a button in the middle of the night for those late night feedings, and it just made everything better. My 3-year-old at the time, when I had my second, she could press the buttons and make the bottle. It just makes it the perfect temperature and it's ready to go. My husband actually said, like, if we have another kid, I want more. He wants one downstairs as well. So baby Brezza, number one fans over here. That was good. Another thing we really loved, and I'll just throw this in there, we really liked our DockATot. We had our baby actually in the DockATot in our bed, and I know that's like controversial, so take it or leave it. That's what worked best for us and our family, but we loved having the DockATot, and we, again, would sleep, like have her sleep in that. She would take naps in it because I would take a nap when she took a nap too. And then we would just like bring it downstairs and put it on the couch while we were by her in the couch. Of course, like we wouldn't just leave her in that when she wasn't unattended or wasn't like right next to us, but we really loved the DockATot. Okay, this next one is, what is your favorite place for baby clothes? So I really love Zara. I feel like I like the different prints. I'm like a big fan of matching sets, and I feel like they have a lot of matching sets. So I would say Zara. And then another place that I like to shop as well, but sometimes it's real spendy, but I love Riley and Crew and Quincy May. I think that those are so cute. I have a hard time spending money when they're like really tiny because they just grow so fast. But I just thought they were so cute. I definitely bought more expensive clothes like with my second kid because I just was like, I enjoyed the way that they looked, and that was something that made me happy. And every time I looked at them, they just looked so cute and happy. So bath products is the next question. So I used Honest, and then I also really loved the Tubby Todd all over ointment. Love Tubby Todd. Like I love everything about that brand. I love the branding. I love the scents. I love the bottles. I think it looks cute. However, my kids go through like a bottle of soap a week because they're always making potions or like dumping them out. And Tubby Todd just does not fit in my budget right now. So big old fans, but right now we actually switched. My second daughter has really bad eczema, like super bad. And we have tried so many different things. And the one that has worked the best for us is the Dove Hypoallergenic Sensitive Skin. So that's what we are using right now, but used Tubby Todd and Honest when they were tiny. The next question is regarding postpartum, like favorite item that I brought to the hospital. And I will die on this hill because I just love it so much. I love the Shop Plain Jane, like modal robe. It was incredible. If I could only bring one thing to the hospital, I would bring that. It was so cozy And I kept, like, I'm one of those weirdos, like, I kept my hospital gown on mostly the whole time because I was like, I don't want to get my other clothes like dirty until I think the last like day, I think I switched into like a pajama set. Since I had C-sections, I stayed in the hospital longer than people typically do. But I loved that robe. It was like the perfect weight to wear with the gown. It was nice to give you like a little bit of privacy if you did decide to breastfeed or just wanted things to be more covered. I loved the length of it. It was stretchy. It was perfect. If you are going to have a baby soon, get the Shop Plain Jane robe. If I could bring 2 items, my next would be, I love this. Actually, my husband has since stolen it, so I need to get another one, but I have the Goosebumps. I call it an adult swaddle. It's like this stretchy blanket. Again, I think it's like the modal fabric. And it's perfect because it's lightweight and stretchy. I got hot after I had kids. I was like, things were not regulated. I was sweating, all the things. And I loved that it was big enough to like completely wrap. I think I had like the king size, extra large or whatever, but it covered my whole entire body, was lightweight, but like a good weight on me. And yeah, so I love both of those items. And then I guess I'll just throw in a third too. I'd get a 10-foot charger. Like you're on your phone. I mean, at least I was. Like when the baby's asleep, you're like FaceTiming family, updating people. For us, it was like narrowing down names and trying to figure that out and trying to think of like middle names that go well and you're wanting to watch shows and things like that. So I bring a 10-foot charger. My piece of advice for somebody that is about to have a baby would be educate yourself on what kind of things that you want during labor, during pregnancy. Like there's so many things, even just with this podcast that I've learned. I didn't know that you could deny cervical checks at first, but there are so many things that you don't have to do. So I would, without, scaring yourself, I would educate yourself. Like I would learn a little bit more about epidurals. Going way back, like I would have learned about C-sections. I wouldn't have walked out of the C-section part during the birthing class. I think it's always great I liked doing the hospital tour that I did. I liked being able to like see, okay, this is like what the process is. I like to educate myself. And that would be my piece of advice. I mean, I always say like, my birth plan's no birth plan. And I'm glad that I've, had that mentality because my actual births went nothing like according to plan. So it's nice to not, kind of set those expectations on yourself. But going into things like I think knowledge is power. And I wish that I would have had a little bit more knowledge about certain things so that I could better advocate for myself. And I mean, I say that now because now I know. So like the second time around was just so much better. I always call it like my redemption birth. And that in no way is like my first was so special. It just was like I was able to advocate for myself more and I knew what to expect. So yeah, that would be my piece of advice. I'm trying to think what other like questions people have asked too as far as baby items and whatnot. I just used diapers. I just used Costco's diapers and wipes. I'm sure like I don't know, people have like problems. There's been studies and things that have come out with the wipes. I just think that it holds shit. So I just am looking for something that's cost effective. And that's what has worked for us in our family. We haven't really had blowouts. I'm like, get the right size, pull out the ruffles. If you're prone to blowouts, tuck it around. But yeah, those are my things. And then one other thing that I loved, and I just think that I didn't know about this before I'd never heard of it until a friend gave it to me. But if you are struggling with baby stains, getting things out of clothes, there is this bar of soap called Fels Naphtha, and I hope that I'm saying that right. You need to get that. Get Fels Naphtha. It is incredible. Like I've used all the different stain sprays and this works the best. I get like it almost looks like a toothbrush, but it's like a wooden thing. I get like a brush and then you just rub it on this Fels Naphtha soap bar because it just looks like a bar of soap. And then you scrub it on the stain and leave it. And it is magic. It is magic. I've used the other, I'm not going to say the name brand, but I've used that other spray that people like, and they say that it gets like berries out and all this stuff, and nothing beats this Fells Naphtha. It's actually from Purex, and it looks like the oldest packaging, but I seriously swear by that stuff. But those are a few of my little favorites. If you want to hear other recommendations, I am always happy to share. Open book over here. Ask me anything. But we'll see y'all next time.